you were saying something about in one of your pre-show messages, chivalry is dead.
Yeah.
And you're upset by that. Chivalry is dead.
Yeah.
So like, what's an example of guys not being chivalrous anymore?
Even like opening the car door for you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotta do that.
But what
The
about
sidewalk
equality?
rule.
The sidewalk rule.
Sidewalk rule?
Yeah. You
Oh,
like
no,
the
no, no,
sidewalk
no.
rule?
Walks on the outside of the sidewalk.
I think it's better for the woman to be closer to the side of, like where the closer to the cars because, you know,
Why?
well, I'm just like,
Well, maybe the air conditioner is going to fall down and hit you. But also, how
Exactly.
likely is it that a car is going to come onto the sidewalk and hit us and somehow only hit me because I'm on the outside and not hit you as well? It seems like you're preparing for something that's incredibly unlikely.
Protect her a little bit more.
See-
Symbolic,
Yeah.
though, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
so you could like angle this a couple different ways. You could say, well, like, let's say you're walking past an alleyway. You want to be, because the alleyway is going to be closer. not
Yes.
so-
Okay. I actually have an
alleyway.
example
I
of
gotta-
this. For my boyfriend of 2 weeks, a few weeks ago, we were actually walking down an alleyway, and there was this crazy homeless man, and he had me walking right by him. And in my head, I'm like, wouldn't you just go on the other side? No.
Naturally.
So he let you be
naturally.
closer to the. This is getting kind of classist here, but
Chivalry thing would have done to.
how do you know he was crazy, or is it
The
just because he was
homeless
homeless?
man?
He was homeless, therefore he was crazy.
No, he was like,
Oh, excuse me.
he was being crazy. Like,
yeah.
like screaming out,
He was like,
"Fuck, Jay," like, you know.
sounds like a good time.
Crazy stuff.
It's not that hard to figure out. It was crazy.
Yeah,
Well,
and,
okay, so
I
chivalry-
felt uncomfortable.
Chivalry's dead, though.
Yes.
Like what? Is
Like, I look at my dad
Yeah.
and how he treats my mom.
Sure.
And I talked to them about this the other day. Like, I'm going to be 35 in December. And, you know, I thought by now, okay, I know. Thought I'd be, like, married. But it's like, I have so many girlfriends that are in the same boat because it's just like men aren't built the same way like our dads were back in the day.
But are women built the same way?
Yeah. I mean, I think men and women are both to blame. Like, I feel like I also look at my parents' relationship, and like my mom and my dad have been together since my mom was 16 years old. They had me when she was 21. And so, like, when I turned 23, my mom was like, oh, I already had like 2 kids and one on the way at your age. I think times are definitely different, but I think that, like, yes, I don't think men are as chivalrous, but I also don't think women are what they were.
But
You're
I
also
think
be
it's
attracting the
because
wrong
they
men.
started having to, well, actually multiple things. One, like, I don't want a job. I want to be a mom, but there's not chivalrous men anymore, so I'm not going to settle. But also, like, I hate fucking feminism, and feminism made women have to start going to work and, like, pride themselves in that. I don't want a job.
Well, I think that
I don't want to be poor. I want to live a nice lifestyle. And until I meet the right man, I'm going to just do OnlyFans and live better than most of my friends. And
You don't think
chill.
you attract what you are, though?
I think me and my ex-boyfriend, we started dating way before my
That
friends.
wasn't what I was talking about.
Yeah, I believe in the law of attraction. I believe in quantum physics.
That wasn't. I meant like who you are in the season of life that
But-
you're in.
but
And
this
your
is
your
the thing.
character is going to attract that type of person.
Yeah, but why do you think my character is
I'm
bad
not-
just because of my job?
No.
I think that he's just saying that, like,
Hypothetically,
I
we
think,
attract
I would
who we
love
are.
to attract who I am because I'm super funny, I'm super smart, I'm super patriotic, I'm super witty, I'm super fast, I'm super duper hot. I would love to attract who I am.
I think he's just saying,
yes,
like,
that would be amazing.
You're also
I
very
think
That's
modest.
the
Very modest.
reason.
Very
That's
humble.
what I'm waiting for. I
No,
would
I think
love
he's
to
just-
attract that.
I think he's just saying, like,
I
if
love
you're
that.
demanding, like, not demanding, but you're saying, like, okay, I want marriage, I want to be able to stay home, I want kids, like, how can you kind of justify wanting those things
I don't
without
think I'm
bringing
being
anything
demanding.
to the table? Do you know what I'm saying?
I have a lot of
because
things
how
I'm
can you
bringing to
demand
the
some?
table,
Can I
though.
finish, please? When you demand things from men, like, I want to be able to stay home, I want to be self-sufficient on a salary, I want children, I want to be wiped up, I want to live like this stay-at-home life. But then what do you bring on the table besides, like, okay, I'm hot and I'm funny? Like, what do you bring to the table?
Actually, I make like more money than usually everyone
You
that
think
I
men are
date.
attracted
I don't
to
think
that?
men are attracted to
I
that,
don't
so-
want that, dude. I'm just saying I'm not gonna settle down, and I'm not gonna be poor, and I'm not gonna live not like I'm living like life on vacation every day in Miami until I meet that person.
I think wanting
and
that-
I don't think you should be judging me. I think we have the same beliefs overall, and I think we're on different paths, and I Like,
I want
that's
you to
great
I want
for
you to watch this back because I don't think
I
you
don't
get
keep
the detachment
put-
from reality.
Keep
No,
the shadow
I get it.
open,
I
too.
get it, dude.
I think what he's just saying is
I'll
like
watch it back.
the lifestyle that you're living isn't in line with what
That's
you're
nice.
wanting.
That's nice.
It's
Thank you
nice
for thinking that. Thank you for thinking that.
That's what I know.
But
Thank you for
in
thinking
your
that.
dating profile, you did say something about like you wish like guys would pay, or guys. No. It was men should pay for the first date, right? That's kind of like the chivalrous thing.
Yeah, of course they should.
So that's like kind of a traditional thing. The guy should pay for the first date.
Yeah.
But like,
I
you
think-
know what I mean?
No,
Like,
I don't know.
Well, okay, like,
I don't know what your point
wouldn't the
is,
traditional
'cause you
like
don't understand
you,
ratios.
Yeah,
so.
I'll explain it. So you do BG boy girl content, right?
with
on
my only with my boyfriend at the time. Now
at,
he's
at
my
the time, but
ex-boyfriend.
it's
I
still
broke up with
online,
him.
correct?
Yeah.
So isn't it kind of like non-traditional to have like videos of you getting f***ed by another dude?
Guys don't seem to give a fuck. They actually, I mean, it's
But are those the kind of guys you want to
2023.
marry?
Like, I don't think you can
Those
really
are the
be
kind of
like.
guys
Can you
she's
really be
attracted to.
I
chivalrous?
don't think they
Guys
care,
that
to
don't
be
give a fuck.
honest. It's
Guys don't
2000
care.
Guys definitely
Yeah,
Guys don't
some
care.
guys might, but
the
it has
caliber-
not affected my dating life.
But
You've been
you're-
dating a guy for a month, dude. I've been talking to people longer than that. Like,
because I
stop
don't-
judging me.
I'm not judging you,
Yeah, you
but
are.
you're also how old
Yeah,
and not
you
married. So
are.
what does it matter?
Yeah, but I just got
So
out
what
of a
does it
long
matter?
relationship.
Okay, but you're saying that
because I don't
I've
want to
been
get
with
married
somebody-
and get divorced.
But that's not what
because
any
divorce
that's
is
not-
also a sin.
It is. That's
So
not
it's
what
like-
any of us are saying. I think we're just saying that you're demanding traditional things
I'm
from
not
traditional
demanding
men, but
anything.
you are
I'm just
not.
saying
You're not a
what-
traditional woman, and you're not offering anything that's,
That's great.
traditional in any aspect.
Thank you for your opinion.
I think to like
Thank
with
you for your opinion.
I think with the chivalry thing, I hear women complain a lot like, oh, men aren't chivalrous anymore. I also hear men complain that women aren't being like ladylike or feminine anymore. So there's like all these complaints. Basically, I think in some ways, especially you see this on the internet, but the sexes are at war, right? Like we don't know how to be harmonious together. And I think the through line, there's two through lines: morality, like those guardrails of like what is it to behave well towards each other is one thing. And then the second thing is growing in virtues. Like how do we grow as human beings so that we can try to behave well with each other and love each other well? Because otherwise we're always going to be fighting, and there's always going to be this either competitiveness or this anger or this just always this disunity. But the unity can be found, I believe, through appreciating men for being like truly great men, which would include self-control, honor, humility, drive towards what is good, service of others. Women, similar things, but also nurture, love of children, love of family, eagerness to serve other people and love other people instead of just being concerned with ourselves and our own ideas and goals. And if we focus on those things as men and women, we'll be much more harmonious together, I think, and have a much happier society.
I think that love is unconditional, and we're all attracting
Love?
completely
Hold
different
on.
people. We're all very, very different people. So, like, my person that I end up with is going to be completely different with who you guys end up with. And that's okay, because we're all completely different. We're allowed to be different. That's why we're going to end up with who we end up with in the first place. And yes, love is unconditional.
You think love is unconditional?
Yeah.
You think there are no conditions in which you would fall out of love with somebody?
I think love is unconditional. I think if you love someone, you love them. Like, my parents love me.
There's no
They-
conditions to love?
I think you can know that you're not meant to be with someone. That's not based on conditions.
But in
That's
your-
because you know that you just aren't meant to be with that person.
In your
There's
da-
a difference between intuition or being on the same wavelength and conditions. Like if I'm genuinely in love with someone and I marry, whoever I decide to marry, yeah, it's unconditional.
It's not unconditional.
But that's why I'm still single. You're like, why are you single at 33? Because
No.
I'm waiting to meet my person.
No, because you said you've only been in a relationship for a month. I'm also 23 years old, so I don't think that has any relevance to what we were talking about at all in terms of traditionalism. But I do want to talk about what you said between like harmony between the sexes. I think women have kind of found themselves in a place where they almost have to be like men. And manly like and protect themselves and defend themselves and provide for themselves. And so yeah, I think it's hard then for women to be in these relationships where they have to like tone that down when they're not in an environment in the first place where they can even be feminine.
Word.